Mike's with Mike's podcast. How y'all fucking doing?
Hello, Happy New Year or something like that.
Yeah, it's the first podcast of 2018. We got Ryan Beal with us today. He was on the first podcast, if you remember.
They don't remember.
Yeah, they might. We have a solid listening base.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Very solid. So, Ryan, tell us a bit about yourself.
I am a Capricorn. I like quiet walks on the beach. I like tacos with cheese on them.
Yeah.
And number 3 pencils over opposed to number 2.
Threes.
Yeah.
God damn, you failed a lot of tests back then.
Yeah, I really, especially Scantron, I got none right. You know, the old ice steps. Blue is a bear and Wuzzle means to mix. Still ingrained in my head. And a yonker. A yonker is a young man.
A yonker is a young man.
A yonker is a young man.
You know what's sad that we fucking remember that shit from those things just for how many times we had to take it. It was like the same, like the test questions, like the sample ones were always like, a baloo is a bear.
Well, it definitely shows one thing about the Indiana State Department of Education is they're lazy.
Yeah.
They're like phoning it in.
Yeah.
Well, it won't change a thing.
There's some damn good teachers out there, but...
It is soy sauce.
You think it
I
tastes like
didn't
soy
even try it
sauce?
yet.
Oh, yeah. We're drinking on a little Dark Lord from 2014. Ryan really, really hates Three Floyds for some reason. So I figured I'd bring a Dark Lord
They're
over.
assholes, honestly. They're
They're a little
in
big
terms
for
of
their
Dark
britches,
Lord-
but they make good beer.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear a lot of
They
people
make good
that say
fucking beer
the
and it's not
Dark
soy sauce.
Three Floyds are assholes. I mean, I'm sure they're all right people if you got to know them, but I think that my biggest thing was some of the treatment on Dark Lord. They jack up the price even more. It's like $200 now. It's like, come on, it's fucking beer, you
Right.
know? And it tastes like soy sauce.
Well, that was
No,
like,
it
I saw,
doesn't.
what was it, like a 4-pack of 120 Minute by Dogfish Head now. I used to be able to go to the store. I pick up like a 4-pack of that for like $14.99 or whatever it is. They want like $36 fucking dollars for it now.
What?
I'm like, they're okay.
They used to be $19.99, I thought, which was ridiculous. But
I remember getting, like I said, getting it for like $14.99 or whatever it was. You know, like 120 was like $14.99, 90 Minute was like $12.99, and then like 90 Minute was the $9.99 deal or whatever it was. And I mean, for a 4-pack, I was always like, ooh, that seems a little steep even for me for a 4-pack. But yeah, I'm like, it's good. It's not $36 good.
no. Have you ever aged one?
Ah, man, that an IPA
Aged one
like
a couple
that.
years, it turns into a barley wine. I knew it was.
That's- yeah,
I knew what was going to
exactly,
happen, but
yeah.
it makes a damn good barley wine. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy barley wines, but
I don't. Yeah, I'm definitely not the barley wine.
No.
Like my beer tastes like beer. I mean, is that so much to ask? I
It's
mean,
not-
I love the artisan craft work.
it's a
going on
barley
now.
wine is not something you're going to
Barley
slug.
wine's not like a winey tasting beer,
It's just
though.
not good though.
You don't think so?
No, not really. The sours are the worst things. The sours taste
What?
like Kool-Aid if you just didn't put in enough sugar.
Well, if you do,
Like Sour Patch Kid Kool-Aid.
yeah, fruit.
no, it's not good. It's like I want that's just too weird. Man.
Fruit sours because they're so goddamn sugary and stuff like that. Now, if you get like a Flemish red or something like that, which is
Once
actually,
in a while I get some phlegm.
which is like it's a yeast-based sour. It's not a fucking fruit-based sour. Those are good.
I have not tried those. I think I
Well, I'll
just tried.
I'll
your
have to bring one.
run-of-the-mill Johnny come lately.
Did they
just
use
their
bacteria?
sours.
No, it's the type of yeast that's used. In it's a special type of yeast. It's a certain strain, and the way it ferments, it creates like a souring effect to it, and that's what the original ones. Like all the Flemish reds, like Monk's Cafe and stuff like that, like. They're sour, but they're not like when you get like that, like the Destal fruit sour series or whatever it is.
Right.
And do I like those ones? Yeah, they're okay. Like I said, they're like drinking Kool-Aid.
With no sugar.
But the Flemish ones
But
are a
sour.
lot fucking different. They taste like beer that's sour. It's different, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anybody had anything? What about that Jacksonville Buffalo game? That was a...
turd.
Okay, yeah, let's not talk about that. Anything else? I think it's just wrap it up. No, just kidding.
Yeah, game over.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
game over.
Yeah, no, that Jacksonville game, god damn, that was fucking awful.
Who do you guys like in the Super Bowl?
Nobody.
I mean, who'd you bet on? Who?
Well, I like Pittsburgh.
Patriots.
Yeah, I take Patriots and
I'm a Pittsburgh fan,
possibly
so
the
I
Cleveland
like
Cleveland Indians over the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Indians have a far better shot getting the Super Bowl
They do, actually.
than the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, I bet the Lions fans were all popping bottles of champagne now that someone's joined them in that 0-16
Yeah.
club.
That's a tough club to beat.
I don't know that I'd be pissed off because like that's as hard to do as being 16-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not as hard because only one team. Well, no, there's been a couple teams that went 16-0.
No, there's only been one.
The Patriots went through the whole regular season with undefeated,
Right.
but they lost in the
Only,
Super Bowl.
Miami
was 14-0 regular season because there's only 14 games in the
gotcha,
season.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technicality.
I think
But
it
I
was-
think if you don't, it's not a perfect season if you didn't win the big game.
Yeah.
'Cause we're not
No, I
supposed
know.
to
That was what
obviously-
was the funniest thing was that at the end of that they were 16-0 and they were getting ready, and then all of a sudden them douchebags from the 72 Dolphins or whatever it was, they're all popping their champagne afterwards when the Patriots lost. And not that I'm a big
hilarious.
Patriots fan, but I wanted the Patriots to win just to shut them fuckers up.
Yeah, they are annoying.
They have been living
Murphy
in
Morris
in
Yeah.
the past a long time. Hey, we were defeated when there were like 8 teams in the league. Ooh,
Right.
They're worse than the 85 Bears hanger-oners.
Hey, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Now, I mean, the 85.
And I like the Bears.
85 Bears.
And that was a great season.
And what I don't know about that is
team.
why would you even make that comparison? Because we're still holding on to that. We
Well, no,
should be.
just because
Hey,
it's
good
it's
stuff.
sad and pathetic that the one thing Chicago holds on to in football is the one fucking season.
Yeah.
One season.
Potentially
You know?
the best team ever, though.
But that's all we,
by
I mean,
far,
if you look
but-
at that in that time period from what the 85 Bears,
It would have been 84 to 80.
and then you had them, you had that championship. But then you went for like the Bulls. It was like 10 years before the Bulls started winning. The Hawks, it's still been in that long drought of 50 years of not winning anything. The Sox and Cubs that point hadn't won anything in both of them
Oh
combined.
yeah. I mean,
About
it was a
150 years.
It
at
was
that
a big
point.
deal, but
So,
it's sad that we're still hanging on to the biggest thing that has happened with the Bears happened 30.
Well, you can
years
hold on to.
ago.
the Bears. I just remember what was that? 2005
Nobody remembers.
when the
Who remembers
Bears
that?
went to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
nobody
There was just
6.
not. Was it 6? Okay. There was not that excitement. Hey, we're going to the Super. It's like, oh crap, we're going to the Super Bowl, and look
Well,
what our
yeah, because it was a
quarterback
Lovie
is.
Smith
It
team
just
that was
was,
play not to lose. They didn't play to win. They played not to lose. It wasn't like the '85 Bears when they went in there, and it was like you were like,
They destroyed
they're
people.
gonna beat the fuck. I mean, they still had the least amount of points let up in the playoffs. They let up 10 points in the entire playoffs.
Yeah,
They
back-to-back
shut
shutouts.
They both shut out both teams and then let up 10 points. And they should have actually shut out that game if they wouldn't have fumbled the ball in the first quarter and allowed that field goal.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason they finally let up because
Definitely best defense.
Buddy Ryan goes, I want to shut these fuckers out.
Yeah.
His exact words were, I want to shut them out. We're not going to let up. And then when he blames the offense when they botched that, when they fumbled the ball right there.
Well, that was still that Walter Payton didn't get to score a touchdown in that.
Gives a
You're a
shit.
dickhead.
Who gives
He
a
admits-
shit? You
I
played in a
do.
Super Bowl.
I know,
Cares?
but he deserved at least a Super. If there were,
You know, I think-
shit with the fridge. Oh yeah.
Don't
yeah,
you think if Walter would have went up to Dick and be like, dude, get me in the end zone, man, what the hell?
I don't know.
I actually think.
I think the game plan was great that they were faking to Walter so much and people were just going
Yeah.
fuck after him. Matsui's running the fuck over here.
I
And,
think Walter Payton was that kind of guy, though. He wasn't going to go bitch that he didn't get his touchdown.
That's
He
Because
was-
he never said anything afterwards.
Well, they said people who interviewed him said he was visibly upset.
He was, but he didn't sit there and go out and go, I didn't get my touchdown and I didn't get this. He never went on this big tirade about I didn't get mine.
I don't even know why he would. Why he'd want it because
And do you
obviously Walter's our favorite Bear of all time.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly. He was
20
not
23.
mine. Mine's P.T. Willis.
23 is Jordan. What the fuck am I talking
That
about?
guy was the greatest quarterback
P.T.
that
Willis.
started one game. Just because somebody was suspended or hurt. I forget what it was.
I don't know. My recent favorite's Mike Glennon, but
Yeah, he's a gem.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of hard to unload him, I think.
yeah.
We'll just have to release his
Well,
ass.
they're paying him a bunch of money to look like dog crap, and then
Release and eat the money. Yeah.
Terrible.
well, they never actually throw. You know what? Like Chicago sport teams generally will not pay this big premium money for somebody that's like a superstar, a bona fide superstar, but they'll pay 75% of that to somebody that's mediocre at best. They do it over and over again. I can tell you.
The only one who's been a little
Yeah.
bit better about it lately has been the Cubs and
Oh,
they're not
yeah.
even impervious to the whole they've overpaid a couple guys.
Theo
But
and Jed are-
with the Lester pickup, with the Arrieta pickup, even though Arrieta's gone now, but when they were doing that stuff, they did a really good job of paying for quality guys,
And-
they were really smart there for a while,
Right. And the way they handled those inside guys,
Oh,
Brian,
yeah.
all of our fucking basically half of our talent.
is locked
I
up.
mean, they brought him up right at the right time where they'd be able to keep him with that deal for
Yeah.
one more year, and they're all getting way underpaid. They're actually throwing him a little bit more money because it's like, hey,
Yeah.
obviously you just did like the greatest thing for Cub fans ever.
Yeah.
Still though, my favorite Cubs player was this guy. He didn't play that long. He was the catcher, Hector Villanueva. Had this big mustache.
Yeah.
Had all the athleticism of like a Twinkie.
I was gonna say of like Henry Blanco.
And I remember he smacked the crap out of the ball. Where anybody else, it would have been an easy like trotting inside the park home run. He got to third base, and it was just like it was like the little engine that could that. Was really pulling a freight train, but it was one of the greatest things I ever saw for the Cubs. But yeah, that's my favorite, one of my favorite Cubs.
Beal pulling out the obscurity.
Heatless Slocum was a great Cub. Just for that name.
Jesus.
Come on.
Oh, you look at too many baseball cards, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much, back in the day, too, you're like, wow,
Yeah.
who the fuck's this guy? You're like,
Dude.
Bill Smith, man.
That's how you knew all the
And-
players back in the day.
And you know what? If it was a
I think it was
superstar,
easier to remember back in the day because of all the baseball.
It was.
cards
Now
and
it's
stuff.
fantasy football, but
Yeah.
if that guy's not on your team, whatever.
but I just remember like the really generic, like just guys that were on the roster for like 3 games. Hey, stand here and hold the bat. No, just stand like, they'll just take the most generic picture, like a school yearbook
Right.
picture.
I used to love some
of
of
like
them.
the no-name guys.
I used to love when they put their stats on the back of the cards, and you get a guy like Raleigh Fingers who've been already playing for like 20 years.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
that.
Yeah,
You can hear like magnifying
Right,
it. It's like
exactly.
ants.
Now they had to make 2 fucking cards of it and put the rest because he played for so many teams. And
or like Nolan Ryan in the late 80s, and
Right.
you sit here and you're like, he's been pitching since 69, and you're like,
Oh, what was his
whoa.
last year?
was
Probably
pitching
what,
since
90,
69?
91? Yeah, he started with
really,
the Astros,
damn, I thought
right?
he was early 70s.
No, the Mets. I mean, the Mets.
Yeah, he started. With
That's
the
right, Mets, and then he went to the Astros, and he went
Astros
to
and-
No, he went to Anaheim. Or
Rangers. No, he was at the Rangers for a bit.
That's
then
where he
went
was
back.
done. Where he went from New York to
He
Anaheim.
went to Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm
They were
sorry.
Los Angeles then. I'm
Los
just being semantic whore.
The Dodgers. He went to the Angels. He
Yeah.
went to the
His best years-
Astros, and then it was the Rangers.
Yeah,
where
but
he-
his best years were with the Astros.
Oh, by far, yeah. He had some really tremendous years, and they had some decent players on that team. That was always like
yeah.
these second place finishes. They just were.
Well, because
just
all they had was him and like a couple of guys, and they never had like another.
Dave Smith was one, and he played.
Yeah.
He was a decent closer who played for the Cubs.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
one of the other ones where I was
They
seeing
had
these
Juan Gonzalez.
mediocre players. Dave Smith was like a decent guy, but they paid him. They balked on paying. I forget who the like good free agent relief pitcher was. They balked on that money, so they signed Dave Smith to like some pretty outstanding money, and just wasn't very good when he was in Chicago. And he
Yeah.
died, not in Chicago, but
A lot of people died in Chicago.
well, yeah, just people are allergic to lead. I
Oh,
understand.
Jesus.
If we go down the street here, we're liable to get shot on the other side of the border there.
Yeah, it's quiet for the most part.
It's like we're like by the
around here.
DMZ here. It's like
Oh,
between
yeah.
North Korea and South Korea. It's like we're on the Indiana
Well, that's the
side
thing
here.
is there's it's Cop City around here.
Oh, I know. Like I said, I thought I was gonna get waiting for you to get here. I'm like, cop pulled up in front of me, and I'm like, "Are you gonna fucking bug me? I'm just sitting here minding my own business."
I tell
But
you,
he was in some house. Like,
these
next to
Hammond
me.
cops don't really play games. That's what they don't put up with a lot of these South Chicago fucks that come down.
Oh, yeah.
And that's generally who makes a
They
lot of
should
the
just
problems.
make like a Maginot Line over here with a bunch of 50 cals and just be like, any of you rats try to come over, we're gonna
But
mow
that's
you down.
generally if you start looking through
It'll
the
eventually be
blotters
that
of
way.
It might be.
who robbed this place, it's generally these guys from like Cal City, South Chicago,
Yeah.
Lansing. It's not really that many Hammond people.
You know what's sad though? Think about it. 20 years ago, going to like Cal City or something like that was not like a bad thing. Like you would.
There used to be that place used to be Sin City of this area. About
Well, even longer back, like in our parents' time, that
Yeah.
was like the place to go with all the clubs. There was like a lot of clubs. And
Oh,
stuff.
there
But
was
I mean,
strip
even-
club like next to strip club. It was like
Right.
Vegas. How Vegas had casinos.
Fuck yes.
I mean, it was just girly shows
But even
left
when we
and
were in
right.
high school, you could go to Cal City and not feel like you were going to get fucking mowed down and stuff
I don't
like
think
that.
I ever went to Cal City that much.
You know,
You guys
Or, like,
can't go there now and feel like that? Smoke it out of your car.
If you get off, if you veer anywhere off of Torrance, you're probably liable to be in a bad way.
Yeah.
So what else you guys think, man? What do you think? Oh, what was I when I'm hungover, I like to just get up and just because I'm just angry with myself, angry with the world, and just like to post weird stuff on Facebook. And I posted on one of Jim Lucas's, the Indiana representative. Said something about some bullshit bill or something along the lines, but he commented back. I think he's a listener of the show, actually. That's why he commented back.
Huh.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't read the bill, but apparently, if I just have some back pain and a little anxiety, that under this new bill that he's trying to get passed through, I can go ahead and get myself a little medical marijuana. And I was thinking that was some bullshit. I think I actually said something along the lines of like, did Eli Lilly forget to write you a check, or do you have some hippie brother that's going to be the only one allowed to cultivate and sell marijuana?
Well,
That's actually
Indiana
what I said.
likes to make things. Indiana's one of those states where you see where they're going to have a little consortium of you got to be an approved dispensary, and that the people who approve the dispensary it's a company who is friends with one of the representatives.
Right.
Or,
That's what I assume. I'm just trying to connect it all. I'm trying to find out why an Indiana Republican has introduced a bill for medical marijuana.
Well, that's.
Like, it stinks like the normal ones, but I can't figure it out completely.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to Jim Lucas. I like the way you handle gun control and everything like that. So
The Holcomb will never
I'm
sign
gonna figure
it.
you out though. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, look at our Attorney General
Holcomb-
and the governor, man.
Holcomb said, "I'll never sign that. He's too much of a Bible banger." And whether you agree with whether weeder is bad or not, I think my thing is like taking out the whether it's good or bad for you or anything in between, is that it is a waste of taxpayer money to enforce. No, I'm good. To enforce laws like this. You're wasting more money than you're doing anything. You're not fixing anything enforcing this. You're policing morality, and policing morality never works.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with that too, though, is if you make something illegal, look at prohibition. Did we not learn anything in this country? Prohibition. You basically took a vice that quite a few people like marijuana in this country.
Yeah.
And I totally understand. I never tried it.
That was the
but-
women's. Actually, the women's suffrage movement. That movement actually was
Well,
one of the main
they tied
things
that
behind
in
prohibition.
there.
You can blame women for that.
Yeah.
That was all.
Not for
that,
marijuana
that was
prohibition,
tied.
but
No,
alcohol
the alcohol
prohibition.
thing.
Just
That
to
was tied in
clarify.
there, but when you prohibit something that people like, not a necessity or a thing, but a vice, people are always going to go around the law. What does that do? It empowers the black market.
Yes.
Who runs black markets?
Shady.
Gangsters, gangs, criminals.
Shady people. Yeah.
I mean, that's really how a black market works. I mean, that when you ban stuff, there's going to be ways around
Like
it.
Mexico's drug cartels, they have the problems down there. Not because of Mexico. Well, Mexico doesn't do anything about it really because they're as corrupt as shit. Their government's but it's mainly fueled by the U.S. population.
Yeah,
By
I mean,
325 million Americans.
If you
100%.
legalized marijuana, I mean that would take this huge.
You'd still have
cash.
You'd still
You
have the cocaine
your
market and the
heroin,
opiate market.
and I guess meth is.
You're always going to have that stuff.
Meth's made by a bunch
Always.
of white,
Not always.
rednecks
No,
and
they
trailers.
do make that in Mexico too.
No, I know, but
They
I'm
can
saying,
pull it over
right.
fairly easy. But I watched that Drug Inc. show. No, I'm serious. That's fascinating.
I got to check it out.
The ways they.
So it's Mexican bathtub meth, like Mexican bathtub cheese.
I've never had Mexican bathtub cheese, or Mexican bathtub meth, but
But you do like cheese on your tacos, you said.
I do like cheese on my tacos.
Regular ass white boy cheese.
When you go to El Taco Real,
Got me
extra sharp
American, or
cheddar.
I don't eat it. God damn it!
when you go to El Taco Real or whatever it is, you may be getting some bathtub cheese.
I say bring me the Velveeta.
That's not cheese.
It's a
It's a
vegetable oil.
cheese-like substance.
Hey,
at
it's
least.
orange. It's orange, man. It's got to be cheese. What else would it be?
Oh,
Toxic.
Jesus.
Spray paint.
God, there'd be so much tax revenue. I mean, they could tax it at 30%, and we could still get it way cheaper than we're getting it now. And everybody'd be happy. We'd be able to get different forms. Like, I'd be able to get, like, indica and sativa, be able to choose. I'd get, like, vape pens and things like that. So, you can smoke it inside and things like that. But,
Yeah.
it sucks now. I mean, you can still get it everywhere, obviously. But you don't have the option. Like,
No.
going to Colorado, it's like a kid in a, fucking marijuana store, I guess. And it's just wonderful. Like, oh, this is good. I want something to ease a little pain and go to sleep at night on. It's your shit right here. Okay, great. You got some fucking. Can I get that in a fucking vape pen too? It's like, yeah, right here. Like, oh, well, this is amazing. Thank you. And then the state makes fucking 30% off that. and they put it toward whatever the hell they put it toward. You know, Indiana government. You guys can skim some off the top of yourselves. We don't care.
Listen, Indiana still can't
We don't
sell.
care.
Indiana still has a problem with selling alcohol on Sundays, for Christ's sake.
Well, alcohol's a lot more dangerous than marijuana.
But the thing with Indiana is, and just if you look at it, supposedly the Republican Party is supposed to be the more fiscal responsible party. Well, if you look at border states, you've got the Illinois border's right over here, Michigan's right, and you got the middle of the states hitting Illinois all the way down, Ohio. It's surrounded by states that have alcohols. Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
surrounded.
Kentucky's a different breed. There's a bunch of dry counties in Kentucky. And it's
Yeah, but
fucking
I'm
hot.
sure like there's some place on the border. Louisville's not dry.
Yeah.
Louisville.
I don't.
You have to
I don't-
wait, I think, until noon in Kentucky to buy alcohol. At least at restaurants.
It's just
So
what I
I
was saying
assume
was
liquor
like
stores are the same.
okay,
But
so
yeah, they
like
sell
on
it.
New
But
Year-
I mean, you're losing revenue across every ounce of your border.
Well, on
Absolutely.
New Year's Eve was funny. Okay, so like I went and I had already bought stuff for New Year's, like on Saturday or whatever. We were in Orland Park, and I ended up going to Binny's or whatever, picking up some stuff. And I'm like, I'm just gonna be preemptive and whatever. So New Year's Eve, I was at the grocery store. I was just picking up a couple things that I forgot, and I'm like, oh shit. So there's these two kids from VU sitting in there, and they're like, oh man, they won't sell alcohol here. You can tell they're from out of state. They don't fucking know. They're freshmen in VU. They don't know fucking shit. And they're like, oh damn, wait, it's New Year's Eve and they're not even selling booze? And I said, and the one kid's like looking at me like as I'm walking by the grocery cart, because they lined up grocery carts on their alcohol aisles and saying, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Type of
But
thing.
I mean, what kind of
Well,
sense
no, you know
does
what I
that
told
make?
the kid? I told the kid, I said, listen, I said, it's like 5 o'clock right now, 5, 6 o'clock. I said, get in your car, go up 49 to Route 12, go up Route 12, and in about 35 minutes, you're going to hit the Michigan border. And guess what you can do right there?
You'll
when
notice
you hit
there'll be
that
5
Michigan
liquor stores
border,
right there.
Yeah.
You can go to the liquor store and you can get your shit and you'll be back in just enough time to party with your buddies.
Well, here's the
Oh,
thing.
thanks, man. But I was like,
here's the
yeah.
crux of it all: is you were good enough to sell liquor the other 6 days of the week,
Right.
and there's a separation
It's-
for church from church to state technically. So Sunday shouldn't
Is
be
there?
this. Well,
It's the problem with ineffectively
Air
trying-
quotes.
Yeah.
ineffectively trying to police morality. It's these Bible bangers down there, and it's funny because if you read in the Bible, nowhere in the Bible does it say you can't drink a beer on a Sunday.
Right.
Jesus made water into wine allegedly.
But go talk to
That was fruit juice.
Go talk to a Southern Baptist and they'll split fucking hairs till like
yeah,
left side
they'll
of
say
Sunday.
that's fruit
They're-
juice,
and they
I'm
get
like,
all fucking retarded and pick and choose what they want to believe. But what it says, there's nothing explicitly in there that says you can't buy beer on a Sunday. Now we have these little workaround things to carry out from this place or that place or whatever it is. You sell so much food, you can serve beer, but you can't. But what I'm saying is it all boils down to these stupid Bible bangers that distort even the Bible. It's not about whether they're trying to follow the Bible. They're trying to extract their view and belief and their power upon other people.
Right.
Their view of what morality is.
See, I don't
you
even
even-
think they're that ambitious. I think they're just a bunch of.
Well,
they're lazy.
well, most-
Nobody changes any laws that make any like
No, because
sense.
every time they brought it up, especially in Indiana,
I
and for
mean-
some reason Indiana's really bizarre. Indiana's like a really weird anomaly when it comes to the Bible bangers people we still have that hold on to political power in the state.
I mean, is everybody down in that state dog turd for brains? I mean,
dude, you get
I mean, do they not? Does nobody think for themselves in any kind of logical manner?
not really,
Not
not in
a lot
Southern
of them.
Indiana.
I haven't been
not
down.
in Southern
Come
Indiana.
on, man. Don't
I haven't been
pigeonhole it
down
like
to
that.
Indy in a long time, so
Yeah, not in Southern
It's-
Indiana. No,
you
it's,
know.
Central Indy's like fine. It's like more.
yeah.
like
But
up
I
here.
think after that, it's just the rest of the state's like a meathead. They're dead
But
from
you,
the
you have
neck
these, you
up.
have these two. You have a couple little pockets. The Fort Wayne area. You got the Indy area. You got Northwest Indiana. You got a little bit of the South Bend area, which isn't even that big. You got maybe stuff like that. But you get outside of those, a majority of Indiana's population still lives in all these little podunk Monons and fucking Rensselaers and shit like that. That are the biggest building in their thing is the First Christian Evangelical Church that preaches, beer is evil. Beer is evil.
That doesn't say a
You
thing in
know.
the Bible about beer.
Beer
I think
is
every
evil.
time it's always been wine. So we're having beer, so we're okay.
Yeah, I think so. You know, the one cool thing about that Sunday no sales law is kind of hooks the breweries up in the state a little bit, because if you produce your beer on site, you can sell growlers and carry out.
Yeah, but you know
which is kind of cool. I mean, I agree that it should be said.
They were still fucking half the breweries in Indiana with some of their stupid ass laws about how much the brewery could brew.
Oh, I used to work at one, brother. Yeah, I know. We had to have food there. You know what we had? We had like fucking ramen noodle. We had to have like milk, like some kind of soft drink, a soup of some sort, and a sandwich. So we had fucking Hot Pockets, some fucking Campbell's soup, and they were all ridiculously priced. We had condensed milk, and we had fucking like some soda, which we did actually sell.
Sun King, Sun King got fucked a couple years ago because they were actually one of the bigger ones in the state that were like, I don't know if it's because they were distributing through a distributor or something like that. There was some weird thing because of Indiana's stupid goddamn laws.
They went over the limit.
They went over the limit and they couldn't make any more of that one beer.
Right.
It was
didn't they adjust that law though? Didn't Floyd's and
they finally,
Floyd's and
all
Sun
of
King
them got
came
into
up?
it.
And,
But it took all these people to get together. It's like, why did you have this law in the first place?
Well, that's what I mean. You're supposed to be like pro-business and fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the alcohol laws and this. And here's the other thing: the wanky janky laws they have dealing with alcohol. You have a bar. You have. You know what's illegal in Indiana is happy hour.
Yeah,
It's Indiana cannot have, like, if you have a liquor special, $2 Coronas,
All
you have
day.
to have it all day long, start to close. When that place opens, according to I think it's 11 o'clock on the alcohol license for Indiana. You have to have it 11 to say if you close at 3 or 4 in the morning because it's the same business day. So Indiana has like appetizers, hot wings, or tuna tacos, 2 for $1 or whatever. But yeah, it's never on like.
Right.
You know, like from 5 to 7, have you know $1.50 Miller Lite
right, and people make
drafts.
huge business off of that. It's like, you know, it brings people out who wouldn't normally come out.
A lot of
fuck, we get
times,
everything half
like
price.
Illinois too, they do that. You know, some appetizers as well.
Yeah.
But you know, they'll throw a special on hot wings at night, and then. Yeah, they get all kinds of people to come out, stay, have a good time, you know, fellowship, and you know, not.
It's cool when the bars still have the specials though, like dollar tacos and shit. Because I want to eat those more than just a couple hours. I want to eat those all fucking night.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna eat at least 10 of those bitches.
Yeah, I just don't like whether you believe something is right or wrong. Government trying to police morality and trying to police.
But they always have,
that.
though. That's the
Right.
problem.
No, I know they always have. I'm just saying. I'm just preaching to the choir here with their best. It's stupid
But
and
that's
ineffective.
and that's the problem with like at least the state of Indiana is you have that same damn thinking from, you know, the same ones that would have thought prohibition was a great idea after it failed. I mean, if it doesn't change, you know, and your results don't change, you have to change what you're doing. If you're doing the same thing,
Facial recognition.
Creepy shit.
that is.
Did you see that? Yeah. I just went on Facebook Live just to, I don't know, because I'm an idiot. And I pointed it at my buddy Mike, dude, and it just came up and asked me if I wanted to tag him. Let's see it.
No.
There's Beal. Let's see if it'll ask if you want to tag you. Do you want to tag Ryan Beal in this video? That's fucking creepy, man.
Yeah,
so they recognize your faces.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry, continue. That was just really creepy.
No, that just I want to go.
Wow.
Put my head under
Taping the
covers.
podcast, by the way, folks.
I just want to go home and put my head under the covers now. That's fucking creepy.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's
I don't
too,
like that stuff.
No, it's too much. You have no control over it, and you know that's. I think a lot of it's gotten out of hand and just too much, too fast. Within what really a 10-year span, with the social media stuff being like
Social media is a cancer.
Yeah, I really think it is.
it's got its good and it's got its bad.
It's got its good, but fuck, man, I think the bad's overweighing it, man. I look at these kids I work with, dude, and they just got their phone, fucking face on their phone constantly. Look at my phone like twice at work or when I need directions to a fucking house. But yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. I agree.
Yeah.
There's good things about cancer too, I guess.
I
When it
guess.
kills an asshole. Other than that, it's pretty fucking horrible. But man, you had a little run with that, or
Yeah.
maybe that's something you want to talk about.
Nah, not really.
All right, we'll leave that. Fuck, what were you talking about? I'm sorry.
We were just still pissing about
There's a rant about
Indiana
the
liquor
state of
laws,
Indiana.
Yeah.
And the morons they keep electing. These people are all pretty much people that have been there for a million years.
Yeah.
It's like, God, stop doing the same thing. I wish there would be somebody that maybe
wish
wanted to Powerball and do like put a a decent independent in a couple of these
I wish they'd
places.
vote this clown Visklosky out of here.
He's been in there way too long.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
there's gotta be
That's
a fucking
just,
limit.
it's just, come on.
And I hate the union people who are like, he's all pro-union. How many times and whether you're pro-union or not, he has fucked you guys so many times with some of his stuff that he's voted for. Yet you guys still sit there and tell him because he just goes out there and says, I'm pro-union.
And he holds a sign up. He'll go out there if there's a strike.
As he goes back and votes for something that's like,
Please come put a sign in my
You know what,
yard.
though? He's doing this whole tour of these, you know, like an open night or what they call those?
open house or...
Yeah, where he goes and you just know where he's going to be at for a few hours.
Yeah.
You could go there and ask him questions.
We should go there
and
with
stuff.
some tomatoes and throw them at him.
Well, that's probably not the best thing, but you know, there's a chance for you. It's like, I mean, honestly, you've been here a long time. Wouldn't the state benefit by getting somebody new and new ideas?
Oh, no, because I've shown to be an effective leader and blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah, and I'm for the unions, yeah, and then everybody goes, yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, if it's with the left and the right, hardcore right people and hardcore left people do not look at anything objectively. Oh, Trump's a mess.
Yes.
Trump's a mess. And then Bernie Sanders number one. Nobody looks at anything like the objectively between the two.
No.
And so many people
I
just
still haven't found a redeeming quality of Bernie Sanders.
No, God, no.
Some of his ideas are
But
he's
Ideas
got some
are
good-
beautiful and altruistic, but would not fucking work.
There are a lot that would not work, just money wise. There are some that, if you dial a lot of what he said back to an extent,
Dude.
they're actually good ideas.
Healthcare for everyone? Crazy.
Well, I
There's a
mean, what
McDonald's
else-
on every fucking corner.
Well, that's probably half the
Jesus.
problem too. Is we've made expensive, like good food expensive, and then garbage like McDonald's. Like a dollar for a hamburger, dollar menu.
Go get some produce.
I mean, but look at what a bag of apples, oranges. That's $3. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
You get a whole fucking nice little fucking 2,000 calorie meal at McDonald's for that.
yeah. So you gotta.
Yeah.
But I mean, that just is probably the microcosm. What is actually wrong?
Yeah. The
Right
shit we
there
eat
in
is
those-
causing all these fucking diseases. We wouldn't have all these fucking diseases if people didn't fucking eat shit and sit around all fucking day. Telling you. You think cancer would be as prevalent if there was no such thing as fast food?
I think it would be quietly decreased.
I think so too.
I think it would be decreased, but I think with cancer though,
You know
too.
this shit.
I think the diabetes would go down
yeah,
too,
oh, yeah.
because that
for sure.
processed crap food is some of the worst stuff you could eat.
But I think
mean,
with cancer, one of the things with cancer is that since the 50s on forward, and people have been living a lot longer, I think we've seen cases of cancer go up due to just life expectancy, you know, and just the randomness of life, and
I'm sure there's
and
that
stuff like
difference.
that. I'm not saying it's the complete 110%
Salvia.
but it's you know, it's one of the big things. But like things like the diabetes, when all these kids are getting diabetes,
the diabetes.
the diabetes, yeah.
They need to get some oatmeal from what's his name?
Shout out to Wilford.
Wilford, yeah.
Bramley.
Eat your oatmeal.
Get your testing supplies.
Well, I still have legs.
You know,
Diabetes, they chop them off.
and one thing that I keep looking for is like why is all of a sudden like all this autism shit going on and stuff like that?
Well, you know what? Growing up,
Vaccines.
You know,
well, you know what? I with chemicals though,
But see,
is-
that's-
and see,
Probably part of it.
You
I
have
know part of it.
You have chemicals. I think that when you look at like from the 70s, really the 70s, about mid 60s was the birth of the big farm.
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah.
the level of we've never seen. I
Yeah.
think that was the start of it. And you look at like say if you like let's take a row of corn. You pull out the third row, the one, go threes. They go to the next row and don't plant the third row, just pull off so things change like by generations. I think, and that ground will be different. I mean, where you pull that corn out, something, some weeds will grow there, something else. But I think with the constant dump of medications and chemicals, they react. There's a reaction, and they mutate generation to generation too with the DNA. There's a lot of stuff like that. To me, I have to say, here's the different strands of DNA. It's there. It's just now we're just seeing some of the I mean, if you pull a hair follicle, look what you can find in that.
Yeah.
But look like a hard, some of the you look at just some of the antipsychotic drugs.
Yeah.
Almost every school
Well, you see,
shooter
I just saw an article today. They were
has had
What's
those
that?
in their system.
Yeah, I think every
Just
almost
about,
every mass
yeah.
shooter in
There's
the
very
U.S. has
few
had
that-
psychotropics.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they were talking about here just today in the Great Lakes. Some of the fish that they're pulling out of the Great Lakes are finding levels of fucking antidepressants in the fish.
Jesus Christ! I didn't know the fish
Because
were
the water,
depressed.
more than likely, the water that's going in there is
That's what
not
I'm
being
saying, yeah.
filtered, or they can't get it out of
No,
the water.
because these chemicals you can't.
Jeez, I wonder what's fucking
So-
going on in the White River where fucking Eli Lilly sits right
But
on.
I mean,
Jesus
think of
Christ.
it like the human body will absorb things and
Yeah.
pass certain things along.
Sure.
And those things change versus, say like 2 generations now. And I actually sat there and talked with this lady. I was at one of the festivals, and it was slow. Just, chit chat. What do you do? Well, I work with special needs kids. Oh, that's cool. And we had a lot of autistic kids, and just got talking to her. Oh, like, what do you think? Her theory for autism is she's not a doctor. She's worked with them, and she's kind of, she's like, just some things I've kind of observed. She thought autism was caused by the second generation mother after the first generation mother had taken birth control pills. Say like somebody in the 70s, and then somebody in the, somebody having a kid in the late 90s to 2000s. I mean, I don't know if that's, but I'm like, that sort of makes sense. But you look at our small
Yeah,
school.
because the birth control jacks with a woman's hormones. That's what it does. It's a hormonal. It blasts the hormones. Yeah, and even though supposedly when you go off of it, things are supposed to go back to normal. Do they go back to normal? Are there other effects? Are there other side effects? And like you said, is it a genetic thing then? Is it something like
Well,
that?
I mean, and yeah, I mean, how is that, like interjecting itself? But I have to say that, it's, I don't find it that far-fetched,
Well, because it makes sense on a timeline perspective, especially.
Yeah, she started, and this is somebody that worked with them. Very smart, intelligent, older lady. She was, I'd say she was probably like maybe early 60s. And, like I said, not a, just really kind of listened to her and like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Because growing up, I didn't know anybody that had autism.
No.
You had,
It wasn't a fucking
There were slow kids, and there were kids with Down syndrome. There were kids who were slow. There were kids,
but there wasn't
that
like,
stuff, but there wasn't the fucking.
there wasn't the
autist
autism
who
thing.
was, yeah.
The autism thing just seemed to come out of like
Nowhere.
out of nowhere, and you're looking at like that timeline of late '90s, early 2000s. All of a sudden, explodes.
Yeah.
Explodes. I mean, I knew not one autistic person growing up, and this
I
was
didn't either.
meeting like people from going to a big church as a kid.
Well,
I went to smaller schools, but
There's some quiet kids.
I went to
Yeah, but I went to big schools. Like I went to Portage. I graduated with 700 some odd kids or whatever it was. And just in my class alone, we had like 2,000 kids and the 2,100 kids in the school. And you went down by the special ed thing. I think there was maybe one kid with autism that I remember from school. And for the most part, it was mostly just most of the kids in the special ed program were like Down syndrome or just some kind of slowness or whatever. And
I grew up up until after 3rd grade. I grew up in a really good sized neighborhood
You're
in
Maryville.
Yeah, Maryville Heights. It's probably the size of Saw Creek. Maybe it might be bigger. It's hard to say, but they're pretty.
Wasn't as badass though.
It was a tough for mean streets.
Yeah.
In those days, it was pretty uncontrolled.
Riding our bikes.
That's pretty much how we did. I found out. I remember one of those bike trips because you would have like the kids would get together, just right now. Come on, it would just people just pull out,
Like the fucking bike gang in the neighborhood.
You'd come around, you'd bike around, you'd find weird things. I remember like we found a rubber. I didn't know what the damn thing was. A kid put it on the stick and was trying to, and stuck the stick in it. Was trying to change. He's like, after they found out, they told me what it was. Nobody, like one kid knew what it was for.
Was it used?
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of finding strange things, strange like sexual things. So,
But sorry.
go ahead, yeah.
That point I was getting. In that neighborhood, there were like one kid kind of slow, and there was like maybe one mentally handicapped person. The R word, and that's not something I like to say.
You mean retard?
Well, that's what I would say.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say it. I didn't. So
It's just a fucking word. I don't go around disrespecting.
But there was not one autistic kid. There were probably 400 houses in that subdivision.
Yeah.
Maybe more, but some,
Yeah.
not one, zero. Like, there was not one person, and I left there in 1987. So you're telling me,
In 10 years.
in 10 years, all of a sudden, look at how many people that I graduated in 1996. There's how many people on my Facebook pages that have autistic kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, Jesus.
No, I know.
I mean, it's. I bet you
Maybe
on
we
my
just didn't know.
Facebook thing. I bet you I could pull 50 people off there that have autistic kids. That might be a little high, but I might,
Well, I
close.
think it also too, like if their kid's like a fucking little tad bizarre, and it used to be the kid everybody just called the booger eater back in school type of thing.
There's always a weird kid.
He's
like
on
that.
the spectrum. He's in the autistic spectrum. You're just like, whatever. Your kid, just make your kid go fucking do stuff, and like there's these parents who, I think you have a lot of them who want a pill because if their kid acts a tad strange, they want a quick fix or a label for them. And I don't know why you want to label your kid because it used to be taboo back in the day, right? You didn't want your kid in special ed. You didn't want this. Now you talk to my wife anymore. There's people who want their kids in special ed, like for some strange fucking reason.
The pill fix, it calms the kid down. I
don't
can't
know
handle
why.
the kid. Oh, I'm fucking
But-
lazy. Yeah,
Pull him in
you're
the
fucking
corner,
lazy.
Well, and there's also disability
shit
checks
out of
because
that
if your
kid.
kid has certain things, they classify for disabilities, so you get.
See, I think stuff like that, once it comes into play, it gets overplayed. It's like,
Right.
just because you do have lazy ass parents
Yes.
that are like, oh, he's suffering from, and I'm like, no, he's a kid, just needs to fucking listen.
Yeah.
You need to be a goddamn
Open the
parent.
fucking door, let him outside, get a fence.
Go play
Get a
with
fence.
him.
Yeah.
Go teach him stuff. Take him out. Growing up as a kid, my dad would, my grandpa, my uncle, they would build stuff, sheds, drywalls. I think drug me out there.
They
carry
make you run around. You grab tools or
Sure.
just make
Teach
you
you a
sit there
little
and
bit.
watch them do it.
Yeah.
Stay out of my hair. Don't get in the way, but sit here and watch. Kind of stuff. When you
Yeah,
were a
but you
kid.
did stuff with
But
them.
you
Hey,
did
you want to
stuff.
hammer
Yeah,
this
exactly.
in? Or,
Yeah.
hey, just, but they spent time with you.
Yeah.
They were working. But they
Yeah.
maybe it was out of necessity, or I actually enjoyed it. I remember like great memories as a adult was my grandpa, my uncle, and my dad building my grandpa's building the shed over at my parents' house in Maryville, and then going over to my grandparents' house and building a shed there. I mean, just boom, boom, boom. But it was just good togetherness,
Yeah.
My grandma would make like fried chicken or something, and
Yeah.
I was probably all of like 5, and I hung out
But
with
you were
them.
getting
and-
exposed to that.
yeah.
You were
Grab-
outside.
You were
No,
outside.
You were
You're-
outside. And
These
then,
kids are fucking doomed. Because you're my kid.
Sometimes you would just sit on a sawhorse, watch them work, maybe you'd talk to them. They would be playing.
Or you'd sit there with 2 pieces of wood and smash them
Oh
together
yeah,
like
make
you
an
were
airplane.
making something or
I'd
whatever.
throw the airplane.
Yeah. My dad would sometimes give me a hammer and a handful of nails and tell me don't break your fingers, and I'd sit there and just pound nails and learn how to pound
But
nails into the wood.
there was like an invested interest,
Yeah.
even though they're and all 3 of them were very good workmen,
Yeah.
good carpenters, and but the fact that they took you out of there, you weren't just sitting there, stuck on a screen.
Right.
They took you and they'd be playing the baseball game on the radio because, like I said, the technology is like a little radio out there, and like I said, we knock out a shed in Christ like 4 hours maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was just putting it all together like on the side, and
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. I think just the internet, man. So many good things have come from it, but man. Kids are
Well-
it's just addictive, man. I see myself get addicted to the shit.
The greater the technology, the greater the responsibility. I mean, really is what it is. The more powerful something is, the more responsibility there is behind it to use it for either a good thing or a bad thing. And I think with the internet and just computers in general, I think computers, technology, the whole networking kind of stuff, it's a thing that it's super powerful. It's a flow of information. It's instantaneous information. It's all this stuff. But we use it to send cat pictures, piss and moan and whine and cry at each other, come up with bullshit stories about stuff, and piss and moan about our lives. And it's just
my stories are all real.
There's memes though. There's memes.
Yeah.
We got memes out of this. That's pretty fucking cool.
To every
More
good
dank memes.
every good medicine
Dank
can be
memes.
turned into a poison.
Juicy
You know,
memes.
that's the thing is every good medicine can turn into a poison.
exactly.
Can we
It's
rename the podcast to Juicy Memes? I think we'd
Juicy
get more
Memes.
listeners. Juicy
How about
Memes.
tacos with cheese?
Yeah.
But
Tacos with
are we on like the tail end of the meme thing now? I think
I
it's
don't
like one
know,
of those
man.
things when you're seeing it. In
Do you think
mass
the gift
media
the
and
gift
stuff.
is going to become the
Yeah.
the one to and there's going to be the hologram one like gift that's going to be
I thought you said the
That's-
gift.
the gift instead of a gift.
Oh.
Gift.
I'm saying the gift. Go on YouTube and look up the documentary The Gift.
No,
I assure you'll want to fucking stick a screwdriver in your ear and scoop out your eyeballs within about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Quick, what's it about?
Bug chasing.
Bug
Sounds about-
chasing? The fuck is bug chasing?
It's been a weird week, so that isn't actually the stupidest thing I've heard all week. So that's
It's
I sit
it's
there-
about this whole subculture of gay guys trying to get AIDS.
Oh, I think you said bug.
You say butt chasing?
Bug chasing.
Bug chasing.
Okay, so I was watching this one.
Oh.
Maybe hip
and so
chasing?
I was watching this one thing, and somebody brought it up in there, and I'm like, "What?
Wow,
the
that's a-
fuck." They're like, check out this the gift or whatever it is. It's on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. It was like one night at home. I'm like, I clicked on it. I didn't get very far in because like I really got like, and I'm not easily disturbed by things, but I was like watching some of the most just depraved human beings on the planet in this thing. Like I'm just going, like I don't have a word for it. I just sat there like with a look of disgust on my face, just going.
Well, good news is if they get the AIDS and they don't have a lot of money, they'll probably fucking die.
I just was like, yeah. So yeah, it was just.
What are we supposed to do? Is shelter them in and try to help them? Fuck off.
I-
Some people just need to fucking die.
Yeah.
I would never kill anyone, U.S. government, just so you know.
It's a
might.
it's a
I
documentary.
never
It's a
would.
fucking it's a creepy one. I haven't sat all the way through it. I had to shut it off. I was just like, fuck this. I can't deal with this.
I'm trying to think. Like probably the
Sounds
most.
horrible.
I just wanted to like take cans of gasoline and throw them at people with road flares. I
Did
was
you,
just,
did you ever see the King of Quarters, the documentary about the Donkey Kong's high score? That's really good. I swear. I swear.
man,
That's
we've just like
It sounds like the worst documentary ever.
I don't watch.
it actually is pretty good. Probably the
Really?
most disturbed. I've seen ones where they did a documentary about people jumping from the Golden State Bridge.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That
but,
one sounds good.
That's
I
you know
only
what?
watch
It's
disturbing things.
it's
That's probably why I'm. Such
How
a
many
man.
don't die?
it's good.
How many don't die?
Very few.
Very few, yeah.
There have been some though.
Right.
Yeah.
How their lives go? They were talking.
They've made recoveries. One of them was talking about it. He says he believes there was a seal popping him up because he had broken his back, arms, ankle, multiple feet.
Saved by a seal? A Navy
That's
seal
what
or
he
just a regular
believes,
ass seal?
But actually a regular ass seal. But you're hitting that. I forget how fast you hit the water on that.
We
But
hit it about 60 miles an hour.
it's fast. It's got to be. But it's like hitting concrete.
Oh, yeah,
Anything
yeah.
60 miles an hour
Yeah,
running into it
yeah.
besides like
Fuck.
air. Well,
Yeah.
even air shot at you 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, hitting the water is
I
like
was with
But still.
hitting the water over about like 10, 15 feet. Like it starts to exponentially become like really
Yeah.
bad for your health.
Yeah, we were doing cliff dives. I was not. I was the only one that didn't cliff dive. But one of my buddies got a little fucking impromptu enema on the way down, and the water shoots up there pretty quick. So I think you're going pretty fast. I think that was about a 15 or 20 foot.
Wow. I never
So
dove off a cliff.
There's a few stories.
A cliff like that, but
Yeah, he
I dove off ice.
got some water in his ass. He said it was not good. He looked bad. I won't mention his name.
Oh man, I'll keep that name secret, Cheek. Hopefully the mic isn't that good. But I won't tell.
I don't care. He don't listen to this shit. He probably don't know how to download a podcast.
Nothing
You
like
should.
nothing like a seawater enema.
At least it was fresh water.
Oh, fresh water.
It was fresh water, yes.
Ooh.
It's fresh Cumberland Lake,
Is that
Kentucky,
Kentucky? Oh, that's the worst,
Yeah.
man.
Then you
water.
might
Natural spring water in Kentucky. We bring jugs and fill that shit up.
you might end up with like
Yeah.
cholera or dysentery.
Dysentery.
or
Not in that lake, but
One of your oxen died.
broken axle.
Oh shit.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. The one thing I hated about Oregon Trail, dude. What if we had like one annoying person in your party and they died? You get that little funeral for him with the tombstone. Can't you just chuck that motherfucker out and keep going?
Well, couldn't you just, you would take their, you you would do better because your provisions would last longer. Maybe they had a couple bucks in there you found after you made
Fucking
it
Harry was always bitching.
Yeah.
God, I'm so glad he fucking got dysentery.
Used to come up with a stupid names, abbreviated curse words.
Yeah, we never
I'm
got
gonna
to
grab
play.
a High Life. Is that cool?
Yeah.
We never got to play
Yeah.
Oregon Trail too much in school.
Yeah, they thought it was like educational.
Because by
or
the time it
something.
actually started getting kind of popular, like,
Banquet, that's what I meant.
Like you said, the High
Oh, I don't drink High Life. Well, I will.
by the time we got out, by the time it started getting popular, I was already in middle school when Oregon Trail was starting to
You want
get.
beer?
Really? No, he's got to drive. I'm staying all night.
Yeah, leaving for work in the morning. Lock up.
I will for sure.
Oh yeah, you know how you were talking earlier about finding strange,
Nemo?
perverted shit in the woods, type of thing. You found the condom.
Oh Jesus.
I got.
Especially when I found out with I was in probably 3rd grade and I could scramble in like the Playboy channel and stuff. So I knew what like breast and bush was.
No,
like,
I gotta.
But I didn't understand like the real true concept of those days on how you
not
put it
putting
all together.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
okay, so I got a
We
good one.
found pornography in the woods in sexual shit.
Well,
so.
that was we did find that, but the older kids took it.
So
Yeah.
no, I got a good one.
Bastards.
This is even. I can actually one up this. Not that I'm trying to, but so the railroad tracks behind my parents' house, back like in Portage there. After they tore them out, we use it as a trail to go back and forth across Portage because it pretty much spanned the whole, damn near the whole town. Well, I was like, was I like about 6th grade? Maybe 7th grade. Somewhere between 5th and 7th. I don't remember where, but I was down. We were, going up and down there, and we found by Samuelson and Central in Portage on the railroad tracks, like on the railroad tracks there, a fucking dildo. A big old fucking.
He's holding his hands up right
too.
now. It's at least a foot.
I just remember because we were all just like,
What color was it?
it was just a fleshy color one or
Nice.
whatever it was.
Actual realistic ripples, things like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
How'd it feel?
Oh, I don't know, because none of us wanted to touch it, right? We're like, ew, we knew what was going, so we had to have been in like middle school, but we're both like, oh, I don't want to fucking touch it. But we're like, we need to do something with this, like something stupid with it, So we find like a bag. We found like this like paper bag, and we put it in this paper bag. So there's like 3 boys, like we're sitting here carrying around this fucking dildo in this paper bag. We ended up at Beef Mart in Portage.
What?
Because we used to buy like candy and shit there.
Please tell me you glued it onto the fucking big cow out there.
No, we could no, not this. They didn't have the cow in Portage. That was.
Oh, okay.
But
Papa.
yeah, there was a pop machine out in front of Beef Mart, and so what we did was we took it and stuck it in where the pop comes out, so we stick it straight up.
Ah, Jesus.
We're running away from Beef Mart. You can see this fucking dong sticking out of the Coke
Jesus.
machine, and we're just like, I always wanted to know what happened, Like, it was like one of the most random things we ever found on the railroad tracks. I mean, we find all kinds of shit, you'd find all kinds of stuff people would throw out there. But I just remember finding this big old dildo, and we're just like, whoa. And then just, like I said, we're like, we have to do something.
Did you guys
with
hide
this.
and watch any reactions or anything like that?
I think we stuck around there for a bit because that's where like the video store was, and we'd go creep in there, rent games and shit. And I think we hung out around there, but we didn't see anything for a while. But we didn't want to get caught either.
Right.
We were like, we just stuck this big old John Holmes fucking looking dildo in the Coke machine at Beef Mart of all places.
Nice. That's
How do you
classic.
explain that one? Hey, like the guy working, the kid that, he's like 16, he's mopping the floors.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta go take this dildo out of the pop machine.
Okay.
Or the little old lady who's coming in there to get her fucking ground beef, and all of a sudden she walks by, there's a big old schlong sticking out of the Coke machine next to the front door.
And then she looks down at it, looks back, looks around, and she takes it and puts it in her fucking purse. She's like, I'm gonna have some fun tonight.
I just remember because we're trying to be quick, but we're like trying not to touch this thing, and it's in this bag, and they're like trying to unravel the bag and put it in. I mean, because even at that time, we're like, you don't want to touch that thing.
Well, it's just weird though. Like these weird random things get tossed out. Quick,
And it was so close. It was so close. Like somebody on Central Avenue had literally just threw it out the window of their car onto the tracks because it was that far off, like where Central was, because like it was where the tracks used to meet right there by Samuelson and Central. And guys, remember we see this pink thing, pink fleshy colored thing, like on the tracks. And we're like, what that? What the fuck?
This dildo smells like shit now. Throw it out.
Oh man. Yeah, like I said, they must have threw it out a window of a car.
Amazing.
Sorry, that was
We had a little patch of woods. Me and
strange shit in the woods.
Hey.
And that reminded me of a story from so long ago.
not nearly as good and not really a story, but I have to say it because the other guy who was on the podcast with us the first time ever was Rodney, and it was me and Rodney that found him. We found some magazines in like this old fort we used to hang out with. That wasn't quite Playboy, a little dirtier. It wasn't quite Penthouse, a little bit dirtier. It was like
Swank.
not attractive people, like instructional type shit.
Better Home and Gardens?
It was pretty fucking horrible, man. I mean, it was definitely no one was shaving back then. Put it that way.
Well, thanks.
It was just your neighbor down the street making it.
Oh, man.
It was all their Polaroids.
Hey, baby, we do it good. We're going to tell everybody else how we do it good.
It was a magazine, but it was.
You got Polaroids of your neighbor sticking a
Not like when
2
I've
liter up
seen
their ass, you know.
Interdimensional, too.
So you've seen this magazine. It was good.
Oh, shit.
Now we are putting another little small brewery here. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, Coors. We're drinking some banquet beer now because I don't know. I don't want to waste my barrel-aged wheelhouse on these guys.
Yeah, we're not worth it.
Golden Banquet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a banquet beer, man. You couldn't get this for the longest time.
Tastes fine.
West of the Mississippi. Or east of the Mississippi. Yeah.
I've been by the brewery. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Golden seems like a cool town though.
You know what's weird? It's the first, I got into drink. I like Banquet. It's just a good beer.
Yeah, it's
just
not bad.
generic, no nonsense. Just
Yeah.
a B.
Easy drinking.
E-R. Beer.
There's no like
You
fucking
know?
metallic taste or anything like you'll get with some of the lights.
Yeah, it's
not
very
bad.
drinkable beer. But you know what I like beyond Vegas is they had it on draft. That and hams at this one place, this one casino on Fremont there. So we're playing like. I think it was like the limit of the games was like $5, cheap as hell. This bar that had 50-cent 8-ounce drafts.
You know what the bar was called? I'm a
right by the Golden Nugget.
Right by the Nugget.
Yeah,
Four
it's
Queens.
I
I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
Go ahead. I'm a connoisseur of
But
Fremont
anyway,
Street.
they had it on draft, and we were sitting there watching them take down the whole investigation of the Boston bombing thing going on, because that happened like a day before we left. This whole thing was going on, and we're watching it.
Jesus.
I'm drinking 50-cent
Nice.
hams and Coors Banquet on draft.
Next time you're
they're
there,
both
dude.
excellent.
Go down to toward the end, man, and go check out not Bad Beat Brewing, but it's Banger Brewing. Some good shit. They have this really good
Where's that?
it's a
Fremont?
Hefeweizen that's got jalapeno in it. It's fucking good.
See,
Sounds
that's
weird,
one
but it's
thing.
fucking good.
That's one thing, though, is this whole craft beer thing. Certain things do not belong in beer. And I'm thinking hot peppers is not one of them.
Bullshit.
I would
I'm
agree
thinking
with you
that
there.
both
Bullshit.
times I've had jalapeno or had something with the chili and beer-wise, it's unneeded. It doesn't work. It tastes like crap.
You didn't try my
I mean...
Guapapeno.
Yeah, but I
Lawndale
mean...
with
If,
jalapeno. It's tasty. Wasn't hot at all. You
It's
just got
not
the fresh
hot, it's
you just got the fresh pepper flavor. So if you like eating
When I
peppers,
drink beer, I don't want to taste pepper.
no, I get some hot wings or get some fried
Get
jalapenos,
fucked.
some stuffed jalapenos and poppers.
Whatever.
Those are great appetizers.
well, they have
with
other
your
fucking
beer.
beers. Get some of their other
My
fucking
beer
beers,
doesn't
assholes.
need to taste like some half-ass jacked
I drink a
appetizer.
lot of different beers. I drink a lot of different shit, but one thing I'd never like too, I'll agree with that, is the whole peppered beer shit. That
No,
if they made a
there's-
dick flavored beer, these guys would be all
No.
over it. All over it.
Don't listen.
Jalapenos good
We
beer.
would. You're
your
the
mom
clown.
took
I'm
it all.
sure there's
Sure.
more that agree with you guys. Don't ever go there.
Yeah, there's logical people. None of them are in our state government, but there's
Talk
logical.
about Beal's sister instead.
Hey,
Does Lauren listen?
what?
Does Lauren or Robin listen? You think they listen to the podcast?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll shoot Lauren a message with a link. Cool. How you doing, Lauren?
Hey, lay off my sister. Because
I'd
you're
like
an
to
only
lay on
child.
her.
He doesn't have like the younger brother or younger sister or the screw up older brother or
Yeah. I
unwelcome
don't.
older sister. So yeah,
Don't.
the only child it's like
Just spoiled only
Yeah.
child.
you kind of get your way, and nobody compares you to anything. You're unique.
I
This
am
is
the
only you.
best.
Yeah.
I am.
special little snowflake.
I'm alternative.
Alternative.
You guys been to any shows recently?
No.
No.
What's the last show I went
I
to?
went to Quicksand. That was last
No, I haven't been to a show since like September.
Got any coming up?
I'm looking at Anthrax, the Kill Switch Engage is I think at the Forge. Or that one band.
Oh, Anthrax is where are they going to be at there at
They're gonna be at the Riv.
No.
No, Ministry's coming up.
Oh, Ministry's gonna be at the Riv.
Ministry's at the Riv. I haven't seen Ministry in a long, long, long
I wouldn't
time.
mind
Look
seeing-
out for
I think I might
tickets.
go.
Yeah, look out for tickets.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind
definitely.
seeing Anthrax again.
And to me, like Danzig's doing a 30th anniversary tour, a limited one, so I'll probably go see some shows off of that. Hopefully in other parts of the country. Like
Did you say shows plural?
yeah,
It's gonna be the
he's
same
doing-
show.
Well, that's fine.
Danzig. He's only like 5'3",
Yeah,
but he's buff.
well, it's a pretty good show.
And like he told us a couple summers ago, he works out, motherfuckers.
That's evidently. You know what? Danzig's 62 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, he's great
You know,
for his
you
age.
can make the cracks about Danzig all you want, but I mean, to see him do his full set, the Misfit sets are murder for anybody.
Oh Jesus, he's
You know, because you got to think of the Misfit songs. He wrote them.
he sounded like
before-
Rob Zombie did in his fucking back in the day, all over the place, like.
Yeah, I mean,
like, just slow the fuck down, and you can probably sing all the
but
fucking words, asshole.
Yeah, all the Misfits, the Misfits songs were all so damn fast.
Oh, they're all awesome.
And
they're all fucking 2 minutes.
you know, you got
or
to think
less.
he was doing them when he was 20,
Right.
22.
That's crazy.
You know, I mean, there's he's 62, so I guess the reviews from the Misfits reunion they did they did one show at, I think the L.A. and then Vegas. Vegas was like the 28th, and the L.A. show at the Forum was the 30th, and that was like sold out. The L.A. Forum, the Misfits.
Yeah. Were they playing around here, or they have not announced? Or?
They've not announced. I don't know if there's going to be another.
Oh, so they are doing more. They're talking about doing more shows.
I don't even think there's even talk. They just kind of boom, do these ones out there, and that's what we're doing right now. That's it. That's all they're saying. To me,
I think it's good that they play a couple shows. That's
Well,
great.
they
but
took
don't
out cool-
overstay your welcome.
yeah,
type
they
of thing.
and they took out like the.
They did Riot Fest last year.
They
or
took
whatever.
out at the LA show. They had Fear they were playing, and Alkaline
Yeah, I
Trio.
did see-
So
I
they
did
had
see, yeah.
actually some good. Discharge was the one thing, the opening band in LA, and somebody else. Somebody else that's pretty well known. It might have been Alkaline again.
It was Dish. Yeah, I think I saw a thing on that because I saw it because there was a picture of Vic Rames and Danzig together behind.
Yeah, that's what
behind
that
the
was.
stage,
That was
yeah.
from. That was from last.
Okay, so it was
week.
from that
Yeah.
gig, and then I remember because they said it was Dish, was it GBH? Was it on that? No, I don't remember. There was another band, but
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about those bands.
But yeah, those are the. Yeah, I don't have any other like shows I really want to go to. I don't think there's a few that that it's people I haven't seen before, and it's like really running out of a list of people that I.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I gotta. The one I'm going to see, I've only seen once, is Ghost, and Ghost is really really great. They're just to me a very very fun band.
I don't know anything about them, except
check
that they
them
wear
out.
some kind
Yeah,
of like
check 'em
Pope
out.
hat.
Yeah, they're very clever.
Very religious.
yeah.
They
Oh,
are
yeah.
very religious.
Yeah, it
They're
looks like it.
clergymen. Yeah, spreading the word.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they're-
Spread the word and touch young boys.
well, the leads say they get a new pope every so often. So this is Papa Zero.
Shango?
No, he looks like Hulk
No?
Hogan. The newest singer
Oh, does he?
for Ghost. Yeah, they get a new singer, a new Papa, essentially Papa Amarantys. And they have a different number, and
Sounds like some kind of fucking cult.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
sort
might
of
have
a
little
thing.
bit of a cult
Yeah.
following going on. There are like
Very entertaining though.
they're sweet. They're
Is there I want a
Yeah.
cigarette button on this bitch?
So,
Little pause.
Well, I think we've kind of
You
been
think?
running for over an hour.
Have we?
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have.
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Like quick.
All right.
All right, suckers.
See you motherfuckers later. We'll be hopefully doing one next week.
Okie doke.
Peace, bitches.